104.7, family-friendly WFRN.
Doug and Vincy here with you. It is 7:40, almost 7:49. We have like 50-ish degrees. High today, about 80 to 85 with sunshine.
It's going to be a summer-like warm day. Enjoy it. Get outside if you can. You know, right now, Vincy, a ton of WFRN family members are driving into work.
Right.
Friend, wherever you're listening, thank you for letting us ride along with you in your car. And we know you're minutes away from getting out of your car and into work in many cases. And unfortunately, a lot of people, it's very possible, friend, that you are not looking forward to going into your job. Mm-hmm. That you see it as drudgery. You see it as something you've got to endure. You have to endure to pay the bills, to help provide for your family. And we have somebody who wants to bring a little different perspective to that. Mm-hmm. Somebody that we know and like and appreciate, that we've been blessed by. Somebody who is going to be a regular part of the WFRN family on weekday evenings. Good morning, Mr. Don Rulo.
Well, good morning, Doug and Vincy. What a pleasure to be with you guys this morning. So happy to be here. Happy to be part of the WFRN family, not only as a listener, but as a contributor, to what's going on.
And we love that. You have been a longtime listener.
Absolutely.
You live within the WFRN listening region, but you are involved and with all kinds of efforts going on nationally. And God has put something in your heart for years, and it's continuing to culminate to help people have a transformative viewpoint of their job and the workday. And can you share with us about this new feature that's going to be on Monday through Friday at, I believe, right before Adventures in Odyssey?
Yep, 7:20 p.m.
And
then again at 10 p.m.
Yeah, tell us about what the name of this short feature and what its focus is.
It's called the Life Quest Moment, and we're going to focus on work, career, business, because so much of our life is surrounded by work. And a lot of people think work is a four-letter word. It has four letters in it, but it's not a four-letter word. Actually, Ecclesiastes 3:13 says it's a gift from God. We're supposed to enjoy it. And in reality, guys, what it really is, it's a form of worship back to God, because He's given us a unique personality. He's given us unique talents and abilities, and He's given us unique dreams and visions. And when we wrap all those up together and do something with those, that's a worship back to God.
I love that.
Because He gave it to us, and that's what we do. We worship Him with our work.
I love that.
I love that. If you're just joining us, we're talking with Don Rulo about his new evening, every evening at 7:20 and 10 p.m. feature, Monday through Friday, the Life Quest Moment, and looking at work in a new way. And, I remember, Don, when I was in a men's accountability group a few years ago, and it kind of opened my eyes. Vincy, we're blessed to love what we do, and tap into some of the ways God has made us and gifted us. And how it opened my eyes in a group of maybe a dozen guys. There were only a few of us who looked forward to work, really loved work.
Right.
Sure. And a lot of guys a lot of people range from, well, it's just something I do to pay the bills, to actually dreading going in. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have 101 different ways every weekday evening on how to look at things differently.
Absolutely, because statistics tell us 70% of the people who are working dread what they do. They don't like what they do. They really want to do something else. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that.
70%.
70%.
Yeah.
They want to follow their dreams and passions, but they don't think they can make money doing that.
Right.
Or they think, hey, I got a unique personality. How do I utilize that? We're going to talk about everything from business aspects to your personality to career goals to resumes. We're going to talk nuts and bolts, but also inspiration and information to help make a plan. Because I'd never encourage anybody, if you're unhappy, to quit work tomorrow. That's a no-brainer. You don't do that.
Right.
But you do make a plan.
Yeah.
And you can do what you love. Like you guys, it's obvious when you listen to you how much you love what you do. And we should love what we do.
It's a blessing from God. I feel like to not be doing something that's aligned with how God designed you and what He put in your heart, it's like walking around with shoes on the wrong feet. Mm-hmm. Or with a rock in your shoe, a pebble, and to be aligned with how God designed you, it just feels so good. It's like finally shoes that fit.
It does, and I'm thinking to myself, for the longest time, finances, they didn't make sense to me until we had these nuggets from Dave Ramsey, and I'm thinking there's a lot of people out there when it comes to the job situation and business, they don't get it. They don't know how to get it, and this is going to help them take that next step. This is going to help them go, I finally understand myself. And I can take it to God, and here we go. We've got a plan. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Vincy,
Yeah.
because Dave talks about what to do with your money.
Right.
But we're going to talk about how to get there.
Yeah.
How to get the money that, and doing the things you love and getting the money at the
great.
same time, because it's so important. We work 40 hours a week or more. We spend more time with people at work and at work than a lot of times we do with our family. We've got to enjoy that process.
Right.
It's not supposed to be a life of misery. I think the last thing I'd say is the Dunkin' Donuts guy, not a plug for Dunkin' Donuts this morning, but the old commercial, he'd get up in the morning and go, time to make the donuts. Okay, well, that shouldn't be how we look at it. It should be, I get to do this, as opposed to, I have to do this.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like I
right.
kind of like ask God to help you fall in love with donuts and make the best donut holes ever, or find
Absolutely.
something else eventually.
Eventually, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And so many practical tips on that are going to be heard every
so great.
every Monday through Friday at 7:20 p.m. right before Adventures in Odyssey, and then again at 10 p.m. Mr. Don Rulo, and I'm going a little bit on a limb because you haven't told me this, but I know you, Don, and the cool thing is, unlike Dave Ramsey, you're right here in the WFRN listening region in the Indiana, Michigan region, and I'm sure you're available to come speak at events for people who want somebody on site.
That's actually one of the things I do. I do personal coaching. I do business consulting along those lines. I do
great.
workshops on career and entrepreneurship because my wife happens to own a cake and catering business. We own that together.
wow.
Oh, she's good.
And she's awesome.
She's good.
She's
Yeah.
better than good, buddy. She's awesome. And so we know that entrepreneur thing. We understand the business thing and mixing the family
firsthand.
And so we can bring
Got
that,
it.
and we do workshops. We do all those kind of things to help people go the next step.
Yep.
That's so great.
Okay, very
Fantastic.
cool. You will be hearing this again every weekday evening, Monday through Friday at 7:20, right before 7:20 p.m., right before Adventures in Odyssey, and then again at 10 p.m. You'll be hearing the voice of Mr. Don Rulo. Thank you, sir, for your time. Thank you for what you're doing to invest in WFRN family members and for the place where we spend so much time in our lives to help us re-experience that in a better way with the Lord at the center and as a blessing. Thank you so much, Don Rulo.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Don.
104.7 WFR